Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for standing by and welcome to Visual BI's webinar. Today, we will walk you through our webinar titled, Is SAP Analytics Cloud Ready for Prime Time 2020? During the presentation, all participants will be in listen-only mode. If you have a question during the presentation, please submit it via the Q&A portion of the screen. Simply type your question into the box and click the Send button. Our presenter will address questions at the end of the presentation, time permitting. If you don't hear an answer to your question today, don't worry, we will deliver answers to you individually after the webinar. This webinar is being recorded and a link to the replay will be sent to you via email. Presenting today is Anthony Savari. Anthony is the Senior Manager at Visual BI Solutions. I will now turn the presentation over to the presenter.
Thank you, Christian. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you and welcome to this webinar on SAP Analytics Cloud. I'm Anto and I have over 15 years of industry experience in the area of business intelligence and analytics. Over the next 1 hour, I'm going to take you through some interesting information on how SAP Analytics Cloud as a visualization tool fares in the market and some of the features and capabilities of this tool. The legal disclaimer on this webinar: all the contents of this webinar are purely Visual BI's point of view and opinion. Any decisions pertaining to these contents or purchasing decisions should be made after studying your systems thoroughly and consulting with SAP. Let me quickly jump into the agenda for this webinar. I will quickly start with a brief introduction of what Visual BI as a company do and what we offer. Followed by SAP's analytics strategy and roadmap, what's new and some of the exciting features of SAP Analytics Cloud, the various connectivity options, and finally, if SAP Analytics Cloud is ready for prime time implementations. Time permitting, I will also walk you through a couple of demos. One is a full-fledged demo for a planning use case and another sales and distribution demo. At the end, I will try and address a few questions, if not all. If I'm not able to address any of your questions in this webinar, I will get in touch with you at a later point in time. Visual BI is an end-to-end BI enablement firm. We specialize on BI and analytics consulting services, trainings, and we also have our own products that will help you in the BI and analytics space. We have over 100 customers worldwide, and we are trusted by some of the leading companies around the world. We provide strategy, architecture recommendations, managed services, etc. And the product portfolio consists of Valcube, which is a full-fledged modern digital planning application, VBI View, VBX, and XViz. We also provide best-in-class training on multiple BI tools. We also partner with SAP, Microsoft, Snowflake, Looker, and Alteryx. What you see here is a list of our customers who have either used our consulting services, products, or training. As we discussed in the earlier slide, this is our spectrum of offerings. We specialize on BI, both cloud and on-premise solutions, visualizations, reporting. We do training, products, and big data integration as well. There is a common misconception in the market because of the fact that our company is called as Visual BI. We offer only visualization solutions. But if you see, 70% of our total revenue comes from non-visualization offerings. Just wanted to register the fact here. Let's quickly jump into the main contents of this webinar. We will see SAP's strategy on SAP Analytics Cloud and what the analytics portfolio comprises of. A quick extract from the statement of directions from SAP on the analytics strategy, which was released early this quarter. SAP clearly mentions that SAP Analytics Cloud is the strategic analytics platform for all core SAP business applications going forward. What that means is all future investments and innovations are going to be focused around the SAP Analytics Cloud area and integrating this tool with other existing tools. It could be both on-prem and on the cloud. I did a similar webinar earlier this year in Q1 of 2019. And when I look back and compare some of the key developments that happened in the span of 3 or 4 quarters, SAP has clearly delivered some high impact capabilities in this tool within this year itself. To highlight a few of these, Analytics Designer, which was earlier called as Analytics Application, we also call it as App Design, was beta earlier this year, but it was generally available in Q2 2019. And over the course of 2 quarters, SAP has added a lot of new features to Analytics Designer as well. If you see, we have a lot more new widgets that have been added. Custom themes are added. Export options have been widened, and SAP has also released SDKs for custom widgets. In the later part of this webinar, I'll show you a picture where we have created an Analytics Designer application using our custom widget. So as you know, as many of you may know, SAP Analytics Cloud has both import and live connections. I'll get in touch. I'll get in detail later about what is live and acquired connections. HANA and integrated business planning was not supported earlier using import connections, but now HANA and IBP gets native import connections. And direct export or write back to IBP is also available now. Earlier this year, the mobile app for iOS was very basic, but now it has enhanced a lot with geomap capabilities, annotations, and you can actually draw over your mobile app, your application, and then share it with your teammates or colleagues. And then AirWatch SDK support is there. Live connectivity, when compared to an acquired connection, was always less feature rich. I mean, acquired connection had a lot more features, but SAP is constantly working on improving the live connectivity features as well. Some of the advanced features like Smart Predict or Search to Predict was earlier available only on the acquired connections, but now it is kind of available on the live HANA connections as well. Similarly, variance chart, waterfall chart, core plate layer, and hierarchy is supported by live connections. And when it comes to data blending was just launched during the Q1 of 2019. It was very basic. Only few cases were supported, but right now almost all blending scenarios or the story level or the combined data source model combined data sources at the model level makes it a more robust data blending tool that is available out there. Now, a quick extract from the statement of direction themes. So every organization right now is currently looking at a transition to cloud. But it is very obvious that the transition to cloud cannot happen overnight. I mean, it is obvious that it needs to be a phased approach, and there needs to be a transition phase. So SAP kind of acknowledges that, and it is committed to protect the on-premise investments, and also enables the transition to cloud at a pace that is chosen by the organizations. SAP has also delivered some capabilities where you can collaborate your on-premise tools, the interoperability between on-premise tools and your cloud tools have been taken care of. And SAP has also come up with some flexible licensing options, which we will see later in detail, wherein you can kind of transfer your on-premise maintenance cost to your cloud subscription. Now, SAP Business Objects and SAP Analytics Cloud, SAP is also investing on improving the interoperability between the BOBJ and SAP Analytics Cloud. So what that means is the live connectivity improvements. So the WebB data model, which comprises of data provider, the WebB variables, the merge dimensions, can be consumed directly into the SAP Analytics Cloud layer. This is going to be coming up in the future, either in the future releases. So WebB investments are protected with the Universe Connectivity 3.0. I mean, the investments in Universe are also intact. I mean, several customers of ours have invested hugely on the BOBJ environment, and with this interoperability options, the investments can be reused. In addition to these, SAP Analytics Cloud, there is an add-on for analysis for Office as well, which enables the analysis for Office to consume SAP Analytics Cloud models into an Excel workbook. So SAP Analytics Cloud features such as data discovery, augmented analytics can be utilized on top of all your BOBJ data models and universes, and that surely sounds very exciting. So if you see on the right side, SAP has come up with this clear roadmap for Business Objects Enterprise. So BOBJ Business Objects 4.3 is beta now, and in H1 2020, GOBJ 4.3 is expected to be GA, and the maintenance is extending till at least 2020. So this is a good 8 years from now. What they are going to do in 4.3 is there is going to be a lot of enhanced user experience. They are going to get away with the Java part and then use HTML5 for touch-ready interface. There is going to be a lot of security improvements and also minor releases as support packs. As we saw earlier, the interoperability between SAP Analytics Cloud and business objects is going to be enhanced. Now, SAP has made it very clear that they are also not going to match business objects and SAP Analytics Cloud feature to feature. I mean, business objects will have its own use case and will be continued to supported and enhanced, while SAP Analytics Cloud will have its own use case. So these two tools are going to coexist. Lumira 2.3 is released. The 2.4 is planned for a mid 2020 release. In the statement of direction, SAP has confirmed that the support for Lumira Designer will continue till 2024. But what is not clear is that beyond 2024, if Lumira Designer is going to be supported until 2027, at least till Business Object 4.3 is getting supported. So yeah, exciting times ahead. And as I told earlier, the licensing options. So Webby Focus licensing option is one option which will reduce your on-premise costs. In addition to that, the Explorer and dashboards, or the Excel sheets, is dead. So it is going to be removed from the suite of tools. So this, along with the reduced maintenance cost, if you have this unused maintenance cost from your existing on-premise business objects investments, that can be converted into a credit for subscribing to a new cloud. SAP is kind of facilitating this transition into the cloud, and I think we can expect more and more flexible licensing options from SAP moving forward. Having said that, so now we will see the strategy from SAP. We saw the strategy from SAP, so let's shift our focus on SAP Analytics Cloud as a tool and see the various features and capabilities in the tool. Over the last few quarters, SAP has shifted the focus tremendously on SAP Analytics Cloud and has delivered some interesting and very useful capabilities to this tool. SAP Analytics Cloud falls into SAP's One Cloud strategy. I think this picture would have been very familiar for you by now. I mean, this is present in almost every presentation from SAP. But SAP Analytics Cloud as a tool is very powerful in the sense that it provides a lot of connectivity options to on-prem systems and systems on cloud, both live and acquired. And with the connectivity option, with the Universe 3.0 connectivity option, and the capability of a business object universe to connect to almost any database in the world, SAP Analytics Cloud has the flexibility of connecting to almost any database in the world, either live or acquired. SAP Analytics Cloud also packs a punch by including the business intelligence, planning and predictive, and analytic designer in its portfolio. Along with the digital boardroom capability, we will see, we will see a lot more of this in the upcoming slides. Also, SAP is investing heavily on its machine learning capabilities to provide a seamless augmented analytics experience to the users. We will see more details on this as well. SAP, as part of the Intelligent Enterprise portfolio, is embedding SAP Analytics Cloud into each of its cloud applications, including the newly launched SAP Data Warehouse Cloud as well. There is also the ever-evolving mobile capabilities. So in any organization, the 80% of the people are data consumers, while the other 20% are the ones who prepare data for these consumers. This 80% consists of executive managers and the business users who rely on data prepared by the remaining 20% to take some important decisions. And if you see, the data analysts, report analysts, power users, and data scientists, who are the technical people who work on the data, who cleanse the data and derive the required output for the decision makers, I mean, for any use case, if you see SAP Analytics Cloud with its capabilities on the business intelligence, planning, predictive, the analytics designer, and the expected launch of the enterprise reporting capabilities, it kind of it is like a jack of all trades. It kind of uh, um, helps every part of the business or the organization to work on the data and get some meaningful insights on it. To give you another perspective of the previous slide, this is more of a horizontal when any type of reporting is divided into these four categories. It can be a storyboard, formatted reports, dashboards, or applications. As you move towards the right side of this spectrum, it is more of an IT involved report generation process. When you move towards the left side of the spectrum, it is more self-service. The business gets to create their uh, own reports or dashboards. If you see the last row in this, when you see the popular tools that cater to each of these requirements, you can predominantly see SAP Analytics Cloud in each of these verticals. SAP Analytics Cloud with the application designer or analytics designer capability can create enterprise-wide applications, which is like a one-time create used by multiple people. Or with the story capability, you can create storyboards and dashboards and boardrooms to self-service boardrooms for the business users. With SAP's roadmap of enterprise reporting capabilities such as paginated reports, scheduling, broadcasting capabilities, it can cater to the formatted reports audience as well. So SAP Analytics Cloud is kind of everywhere, and the traction that it has created in SAP's space is tremendous. Some of the offerings from SAP on SAP Analytics Cloud and the licensing options. So SAC itself is a tool. It's the cloud-based SAP tool that offers BI planning, predictive, and application design. SCP is the SAP cloud platform on which the tool resides. SAP Analytics Cloud has a dedicated mobile app. There is this digital boardroom, which is like a presentation which the top management can use to collaborate multiple stories and leverage the uh, data in different stories and come out with insights. Analytics catalog was earlier called as Analytics Hub. It is like a common portal to consume SAP Analytics Cloud dashboards and business objects reporting. It is also included as part of the SAP Analytics Cloud subscription. And Analytics Designer, which completes the Analytics Cloud portfolio, is also included as part of the Analytics Cloud subscription. So if you see on the right side, the business intelligence licensing costs around $22 per user a month, while the planning can cost you around $148 per user a month. Some of the key capabilities of SAP Analytics Cloud. The BI capability is more modernized. It is a self-service analytics solution. It has a very robust data model preparation and data blending options. It is customized and enterprise-ready analytics. It can create customized and enterprise-ready analytics application using Analytics Designer. Executive presentations, decision-making capabilities, and other possibilities are created through the digital boardroom. We also have the augmented analytics and the upcoming enterprise reporting capabilities as well. Now, the planning and predictive capabilities, which is a kind of a USP for SAP Analytics Cloud. Planning is very quick and agile, easy and accurate decision making. It enables easy and accurate decision making. Multiple versions of plannings can be created. Simulations are possible. SAP Analytics Cloud has this value driver tree, wherein you can visualize the value that the driver that causes that impacts the numbers. There are data action triggers, processes to automate things, and it makes things a lot more user friendly. And there is this mobile capabilities. iOS app is available right now. Android is planned for future. There is this one-touch login. We have responsive layouts wherein you design a dashboard on the web page, and then it can be viewed on any mobile device of any resolution. Collaboration and alerting capabilities, commenting, sharing. Analytics Designer is currently not supported in a mobile device, but expect it to be supported soon. And there are some other unique features pertaining only to SAP Analytics Cloud. As we discussed earlier, digital boardroom is one, collaborating and sharing feature is another one. The home screen of the application as such can be customized. Fiori styling for tenants. There is hyperlinking capabilities, linked analysis is available. Our visualizations can be embedded within an SAP Analytics Cloud story. SDK extensions and custom widgets can be created. The QR code is another enhancement that came up recently. You can scan a QR code on a mobile device and then use that mobile device to drive the dashboard on your laptop, computer, or a browser. So some exciting features that make SAP Analytics Cloud stand out. If you see over the last quarter or so, SAP has been highly highlighting this augmented analytics as a feature, as a standout feature of SAP Analytics Cloud. What that means is it comprises of these four smart capabilities: the Smart Discovery, Smart Insights, Smart Predict, and the Search to Insight. So Smart Discovery is a feature in which you create a model and then on click of a button, SAP Analytics Cloud creates a dashboard on its own from scratch within minutes. I mean, this is amazing. I mean, it can discover some key influencers. It can tell you patterns. It will identify outliers and tell you like this particular number is contributing to this output. It also creates a dedicated page for simulations, what if analysis. You can change numbers and see how it is impacting your output. It is a very powerful tool. Similar to Smart Discovery, we have Smart Insights. Smart Insights is when you have a visualization in your story, you can analyze the data and come up with some hidden insights. It uses some easy machine learning algorithms which discovers, the top contributor for a number or the highest impact created by a particular number or the lowest contributor. I mean, all happens within a click of a button. And there is a lot of machine learning algorithms that runs behind the scenes in order to get these insights going. And the next is Smart Predict, which is again another highly powerful predictive tool, which kind of uses a lot of machine learning algorithms. I'll get more details on this in the later slide. And then there is Search to Insights, wherein you can have it uses the natural language processing or NLP. You can type a question asking like excuse me, asking like what is the sales of my company in the last 1 year, and SAP kind of understands the natural language and processes the output for you. I mean, you can also get more specific results with, when you have your questions with specific keywords. Now, more details on the Smart predictive scenarios. I mean, there are three types of predictive scenarios: the classification, regression, and time series. So classification is used for discrete values, whereas regression and time series are for continuous values. I mean, binary, the output for classification is binary, whereas for regression is linear, and time series is a regression model. These are some of the use cases. So if you see, I mean, if you want on click of a button, how this happens is the entire data set is kind of separated into two. 75% of the data is called the testing data set, and the 25% is the validation data set. So SAP runs multiple algorithms on this data, 75% of the data, and then kind of reconciles the output with the remaining 25% of the data, and it kind of fine tunes the algorithm every time. I mean, all this happens at the click of a button, and the end user has nothing to do with it. I mean, they just click this button and everything is taken care of by SAP itself. It's a very powerful tool. The next highlight of SAP Analytics Cloud is the embedded analytics. So SAP has kind of come up with this embedded analytics in all its SAP Cloud applications. So SAP Cloud applications like Ariba, SuccessFactors, Concur, Fieldglass, C4HANA, S4HANA Cloud, and the newly launched Data Warehouse Cloud as well. So they have, all these tools have SAP Analytics Cloud embedded into it. But the catch is the embedded part of SAP Analytics Cloud has limited features when compared to the full-fledged SAP Analytics Cloud tenant. And also, if I want to say pick data from my HR system, success factors, and then compare my travel expenses from my Concur system, mix and match data from two different systems, I need to have a dedicated analytics cloud tenant to blend data from multiple sources. So if you are ever wondering what is the power of SAP Analytics Cloud Planning Tool, what is the capability? BARC conducted this BI survey in 2019. This is the planning survey, and BARC recognized the SAP Analytics Cloud solutions with top rankings in both planning survey and enterprise BI and analytics platforms report. If you see SAP Analytics Cloud scores high on business value and customer experience. It falls under the moderate competitiveness category. It scores high on customer satisfaction, and it is also termed as the market leader in planning. And when you see some of the peers that SAP Analytics Cloud is getting compared against, it is like SAP BPC, SAP BW Integrated Planning, the Hyperion Planning. All these are dedicated planning tools, and this when SAP Analytics Cloud is capable of doing planning as rich as these tools, then it's surely a point to note. I'll quickly walk you through a case study, an SAP Analytics Cloud implementation that we did for our customer, KMG Chemicals, based out of Fort Worth, Texas. So they had an SAP ECC system on HANA, SAP ECC system, and an R3 system. We used a smart data integration to replicate the data into the SAP Cloud platform. We had SAP, they had SAP HANA Cloud. We created calculation views and then consumed these calculation views on SAP Analytics Cloud. I mean, this solution is live. The users are using SAP Analytics Cloud dashboard from this architecture. We also delivered trainings for the users. We gave some best practices for data modeling and analytics. We also implemented domain-based security as well. And this was a very successful project. Now, coming into SAP Analytics Cloud's Analytics Designer. So Analytics Designer was launched early in Q2 2019. This is a Lumira Designer type application development on the cloud. It can range from a simple dashboard to complex applications. It is capable of building enterprise dashboards. The planning and predictive capabilities from SAP Analytics Cloud Story is also available in Analytics Designer. It has some powerful scripting capabilities to build sophisticated applications. SAP has recently opened the SDKs for custom widgets. If you see the GIF on the right, the calendar component and the toggle button here are custom widgets that are created. With the improved connectivity options, what we feel is Analytics Designer can be the go-to enterprise application tool going forward. What is pending from SAP is that right now, an Analytics Designer application cannot be consumed in either a digital boardroom or a mobile devices, but that is expected to be launching soon. Now, the strategy and key investment areas of SAP Analytics Cloud. I mean, SAP has clearly classified the investment into 6 categories. One is going live. I mean, they have this acquired connection and live connection, and there was a lot of feature imparity between these two connections. But with live connectivity, if you are connecting to an on-premise data source, your data stays on-premise, but your visualization happens on the cloud. And SAP wants this to be adopted more, and they're investing clearly on the live data connectivity. The second one is the smart capabilities, all the smart predicts, smart insights, smart discovery capabilities that SAP offers. I mean, they're continuously enhancing the capabilities of the smart tools. And then the planning capabilities. As I said earlier, the planning and predictive capability that is embedded in SAP are the USP for this tool. And there are constant improvements to the algorithms that enable planning and predictive. Embedded analytics is another area where SAP is making a lot of investment. So SAP Analytics, I mean, more powerful tool to be used across all cloud applications. And then the next investment area is hybrid. So hybrid connectivity to on-prem solutions, or coexistence of SAP Analytics Cloud with other on-premise analytics tools like Business Objects or Lumira Designer. The interoperability is the investments that they're making. And then the custom application using an application designer. I mean, come say Q2 of 2020, application designer will have a lot of traction in the market. Companies will start looking at application designer as an enterprise-wide dashboarding tool. So the roadmap for SAP Analytics Cloud is quite interesting. We are in Q4 2019. There has been a lot of releases this year, some mind-blowing capabilities. Some of them are the Agile BI, robust modeling capabilities. One model can be consumed using several stories. The data analyzer capability could be potentially a replacement for Bex Analyzer or the Lumira Designer templates. Smart predict features in live connections. Right now it is possible using a HANA live connection. Enterprise readiness, that is something that is to look forward to. The reporting capabilities, paginated reports, scheduling, broadcasting, bursting are some of the capabilities that are coming up. Commenting and collaborations, annotations and sharing. Heavy focus on some hybrid scenarios and embedded scenarios. All these are some of the exciting features that are coming up. Android mobile support. Amazon Web Service data center support, which will aid SAP Analytics Cloud to be installed in multiple data centers across the regions. The business objects user security can be exported to the cloud, SAP Analytics Cloud. So all these are some of the exciting features that are coming up in the future. Okay, let's get into the next section. So we will take a look at how the connectivity and data blending options of SAP Analytics Cloud is. So as I explained earlier, this is the architecture of SAP Analytics Cloud connectivity. There are data sources on-prem. You can have data sources on the cloud, and there are like the cloud connectors and the cloud agents, which kind of enable the connectivity from on-prem to the cloud. So there are two types of connectivity. As you see, on the left is the import data connection, and the right is the live data connection. Live data connection is when your data stays at your database level. If it is an on-premise system, the data stays on-premise, and then only when you open the dashboard and run it, it fetches the metadata into the cloud area, and then the visualization happens on the cloud. So your data stays on-premise. So if an organization is concerned about moving their data to a cloud, live connectivity has the data stay on-premise. Whereas on the other hand, the import data connection kind of pulls the data into the SAP Cloud Platform, and then does the visualization in that area. The number of live connections are on the rise. SAP is kind of focusing on increasing the number of live connections to both SAP and non-SAP sources. Data blending is another powerful capability wherein you can consume data from any data source, and then you can blend the data at the story level. There is also this combined data source operation wherein you can merge two models and then get data from these two models and show it in your story. Make the data preparation experience more intuitive. So the modeling capabilities, it's more easier, it's more user friendly. Let us look at some of the comparisons of live and acquired connections. So when you use a universe, if you see the same webinar which was done earlier this year, there used to be a lot of red cross in the live connection area, because a lot of these features were supported only on an acquired connection. But SAP has made constant improvements to live connectivity, so that live connectivity is close to be on par with acquired connections. Similarly with the BW connectivity as well. If you see, hierarchy is partially supported. Geomaps are supported at both live and acquired connections. More importantly, data blending options are supported. Search to insights are supported in both live and acquired connections. Time series chart is supported in both live and acquired connections. Similarly, HANA. So in Q1 of 2019, HANA had only live connectivity. Acquired connectivity was not available. But SAP recently launched acquired connectivity for HANA as well. You could see most of the features in live and acquired are on par, except for one or two. In fact, live has more features when compared to acquired as well. So these are some of the data sources that SAP can connect to, SAP Analytics Cloud can connect to. I mean, there are native live connectors, there are native import connections, and there are also partner delivered contents. I mean, with all these capabilities, I think you name a database, an SAP Analytics Cloud can connect to it. So now getting into the all important data blending. So I have a live connection with, say, SAP BW, and then I have another acquired connection with, say, SAP HANA, and I need to merge these two data into one story. I can blend these two data at the story level and then create a story which comes from these two data sources. I mean, these are some of the minimum system requirements to do data blending. This matrix show you how data blending works. I mean, if you see the same matrix at the beginning of this year, a lot of red X's will be there. But if you see now, most of them are blue ticks. Most blending scenarios are supported, except for a few restrictions on SAP BW Live, which will surely be supported in the upcoming releases as well. So migration is to SAP Analytics Cloud. So if you have an existing reporting or a dashboarding architecture infrastructure, are you ready? Is SAP Analytics Cloud ready to be migrated to? So if you're using Lumira Discovery, SAP Analytics Cloud is supporting each and every functionality of Lumira Discovery. So it is highly recommended that if you are highly invested on Lumira Discovery, it is recommended to migrate to SAP Analytics Cloud now. And if you're using Lumira Designer, and if you're looking at migrating to, say, an application, analytics application, Analytics Designer in SAP Analytics Cloud, except for the fact that there is no Analytics Designer as such is not supported on a mobile right now. Apart from that, most of the features of Lumira Designer is supported in application design. Similarly, if you are a Business Objects Explorer user, it is time you look at SAP Analytics Cloud as your next tool, because SAP has put an end to Business Objects Explorer, and almost all features of Explorer are supported by SAP Analytics Cloud as well. And similarly, if you are an SAP Dashboards or an Excelsius user, Excelsius is dead as well. So you need to look at migrating your Excelsius contents to either Lumira Designer or SAP Analytics Cloud. If you see Lumira, I mean, a lot of basic charts and important charts are supported by both Lumira Designer and SAP Analytics Cloud. However, certain advanced visualizations like, say, a Sparkline or a Gauge is supported with VBX and add-on to Lumira Designer. And SAP Analytics Cloud, these support are yet to come. Similarly, when you see selectors, that's where the difference starts to show. I mean, SAP Excelsius had a lot more selector options, whereas Lumira Discovery matches it with the help of VBX. SAP Analytics Cloud is slowly catching up. Analytics Designer is also catching up. I mean, most of these, the primary ones, the ones that are most used, are available already. A few things which are advanced and rarely used are in the development phase. Similarly, utilities map and other features, SAP Analytics Cloud is getting there. It will surely catch up with the other tools as well. If you see, for more feature parity and functionality, I mean, you will have to choose between Lumira Designer and VBX. If you want less fancy stuff and want your capabilities to be moved to the cloud, then SAP Analytics Cloud is the way to go. SAP Analytics Cloud Mobile, right now it is available for iOS. It is a cloud-based solution specifically designed for mobile. There are some, the geospatial choropleth support is available right now. AirWatch support is available. The boardroom support is available. Annotations are possible. Commenting and sharing your comments are possible. There are also a lot of improvements that are expected in the future. Accessing bookmarks from a mobile device, accessing your Analytics Designer application in your mobile device, and also an Android application are all expected in the future. So the question is, SAP Analytics Cloud will be a replacement for Lumira Designer. I mean, if you see on the right, SAP Analytics, SAP Analysis for Microsoft Office, SAP Lumira Designer, and the Business Objects Enterprise. I mean, all these are on-premise solutions, while on the left, SAP Analytics Cloud is the only cloud-based solution that from SAP. I mean, each of these applications has a specific use case. If you see Lumira Designer, it is still the on-premise solution for enterprise-wide dashboards. Similarly, if you want a formatted and pixel-perfect report, Crystal Reports is still the tool to go. Each of these have a use case, specific use case, but in the near future, SAP Analytics Cloud would be able to replace any of these on-premise tools. So the question now is SAP Analytics Cloud ready for prime time? I will walk you through another live use case for our customer, which we deployed recently. They had an SAP BW on HANA source. I mean, we used an ADSO from SAP BW on HANA. There was some data that was coming up from Ariba. There was some data that was coming up as flat files. So we kind of acquired all the data into the BW on HANA system. I created ADSOs, integrated them. We created composite provider, and then consumed that on SAP Analytics Cloud. I mean, this was for a supply chain business. We delivered this, and then we also trained the users. We did a training session, and we did some best practices as well. So this is a live use case. Now, what will make SAP Analytics Cloud stand out against other self-service BI tools in the market? If you see, all the important and basic features that are highly used are available in SAP Analytics Cloud. This particular part here, wherein the applications and reports, so with the ongoing investments on Analytics Designer, and as the tool gets matured, that will be an USP, along with the enterprise reporting capabilities that will be launched soon. Note that I'm not considering the planning or predictive use case here, and if that is considered, SAP Analytics Cloud will be standing out clearly from the rest of the crowd. Now, what will be the ideal architecture for you to adopt SAP Analytics Cloud? If you are predominantly an SAP shop, you have an SAP HANA system or an S4 HANA, or you use the SAP cloud applications like SuccessFactors, Fieldglass, or C4 HANA on cloud, or if you're planning to migrate to, say, SAP Data Warehouse Cloud, then SAP Analytics Cloud is the go-to tool. I mean, I don't think any other tool in the market right now has the capabilities that SAP Analytics Cloud has to connect to any of these data sources. The native connectors, the augmented analytics capabilities on top of the SAP data sources are exceptional on SAP Analytics Cloud. Now, what is available in SAP Analytics Cloud right now? There is a very good visualization and storyboarding capabilities, data connectivity to most of the SAP Live and acquired data sources. Lot of non-SAP data warehouses can also be connected directly, as well as using universes, planning, predictive forecasting capabilities, commenting, collaboration, iOS application. All these are some of the features that are available today. And what is in the roadmap? SAP is constantly increasing the connectivity enhancements. I mean, the feature parity between live and acquired connections are getting closer as the day goes on. Data sources supported a lot of data sources are getting supported. The addition supported data sources get added every release. There is a constant focus on the hybrid BI strategy, better integration with web intelligence or the universe, and SAP analysis for Office as well. The enterprise reporting capabilities is coming soon. Android support, data point commenting, embedded analytics is coming soon. Mobile support and boardroom support for Analytics Designer is coming soon. And what we feel will be good to have in SAP Analytics Cloud as a tool is, we would like SAP Analytics Cloud to have a more robust ETL capability within the tool itself. And export to Microsoft tools is still a challenge. More support for charts like Gantt chart, funnel, Gauge is still not there, Sparkline and tag clouds, etc. We need support for more filter components like toggle buttons or sliders. Data blending and combining data sources still needs improvements. Mobile capability still needs improvements. And if SAP can provide a clear migration strategy, I mean, right now the interoperability is there, but what if I want to shut down my Webby and Crystal servers and migrate the entire thing to my SAP Analytics Cloud? If SAP can provide a clear migration strategy or a roadmap on that, that would be great as well. And SDKs have been released, custom widgets can be created, but right now there is a restriction on data binding for custom widgets. So if that comes out, that will be good to have as well. I'll quickly walk you through a demo that we have right now. If any of you have not worked on SAP Analytics Cloud, this is how the home screen of SAP Analytics Cloud looks like. I mean, you will have the recent stories here, the stories that you have seen. The recent boardrooms that you have opened will be listed here. And then if some number excites you every day that you want to see from a story, that particular KPI can be added here. And this home screen can also be edited and edited for as per your choice. And this particular text box here is where you will ask a smart insight or a smart insight question. It uses the natural language processing. You ask a question like, what is my sales on a particular data model? It brings that number, right? And then to navigate to an existing document, this menu helps for that. So I can create a new story analytics application or a boardroom from here. I can browse through and open any existing files or dashboard in here. I mean, there are multiple ways to do it. I can navigate through these folder structure to do it, or I can make them as my favorites, and then all my favorites will be listed on this in this folder. So I'm going to show a demo of this business planning and forecast dashboard. So this is a dashboard which is used for a planning use case. There are 3 pages in this. One is the overview page, which kind of shows you at a high level the KPIs, the variances between actual and forecast, and a small forecast and a forecast for the rest of the year as well. And there is a second tab called input task. I'll come back to this later. And there is a third tab, which is the planning tab. So this is the more important place where you can do planning. So if you select this table and click this icon, it says version management. This lets you to create multiple versions here. So I can create my forecast and create a new version here. Right, and then it can copy all the data from the existing forecast. It gets created, and then if you see this table here, you will see this added as a column, and then you can choose to edit the values in this version, and then plan for your business. Right, it will kind of edit all the values in this. Now this doesn't get published to the model until you go here and say publish this. I can either do a publish, which will replace this forecast here, or I can do a publish as and name it as a new forecast value. If I'm very lazy and I don't want to do this planning and I want to delegate this planning to another person in my team, that's when I get into this input task. I can choose a version here and then say I will assign this to a person called VBI user 7 in San Antonio, and then I can set a due date and a time as well, and then I can choose to send him a reminder like 2 days prior to this, and then do a send. This will go in as a notification in his email and his SAP Analytics Cloud tool as well, home screen as well. On click of this notification, this application will open, and he will be able to edit this version that I have selected here. And once this user is done with it, if he saves it, I'll get this back on my application, and then I can choose to publish this version or not. Once that is done, I can move back to this overview tab and then use that published version to compare against my actuals to see if my forecast is actually good or I see a lot of variance on my forecast. Now, where it goes and writes back is, if you see here, I have a browse files, and then I get to the model which this story uses. If you see here, this is the model. So I open this model and I see I once I publish the version, that version gets published, stored in this model, and then I can choose to export the data in this model to a backend system. So that is when the write back happens. So if you see here, there are export jobs that can be created. This job can be scheduled to run periodically. I can export this model to, say, a BPC, to OData services, which can be consumed by other applications, or an integrated business planning system, or to S4HANA as well. And then once I create this job, I can schedule this job to run, say, every 1 hour or 1 day. And whenever a planning happens and when the version gets published, this job runs and the data gets published to your backend databases as well. So this is a very simple application, but yet a very powerful tool to do some modeling, to do some planning on top of SAP Analytics Cloud. And I think I still have another 10 minutes time. I'll walk you through another demo at a high level. So this is a demo for a sales and distribution. So this is a digital boardroom. This contains all the pages, the stories that are available in this application. I can also choose to jump to a particular story from this homepage. It is a very comprehensive application which comprises of a lot of features that SAP offers. There is linked analysis. I click on one dimension here, it kind of filters every other chart. So this application is present as part of the partner delivered content in SAP App Center. So you can choose to go ahead and take a look at this hyperlink here and download this application if you want to. Now, for more information on SAP Analytics Cloud, I mean, you can visit our website for all our offerings on SAP Analytics Cloud. The second link here has a lot of resources on SAP Analytics Cloud. We have over 100 blogs in this link. The blogs pertaining to how to do certain things, strategic blogs, comparison, R visualizations, tips and tricks, everything is available there. And there is the third link takes you to another web page called as What's New. I mean, every new release that SAP Analytics Cloud comes up, we kind of analyze the release and then come up with what's new, some exciting features that are there. You will immensely benefit from all these resources. As a company, Visual BI, we have 4 different products. ValQ is available for Microsoft Power BI and SAP Lumira. It is a planning, simulation, and advanced analysis product. VBA View is a portal for all your reporting needs. I mean, if you have a reporting reports generated out of any of these tools here, SAP Tableau, ClickSense, Power BI, Looker, SQL Server, Spotfire, or MicroStrategy, any of these reports can be integrated into the VBA View, and it will be one portal wherein you go for your all your reporting needs. XViz is the new baby in this portfolio. I mean, it is custom visuals for Microsoft Power BI, and VBX is there forever. It's the custom advanced visuals for Lumira Designer, and we have over 200 customers for that, and it's the #1 reviewed app on the App Center. So what Visual BI offers, we do self-service BI evaluation. I mean, we do strategy, we do consulting, we go on site and learn, understand your system, study your system, and come up with the best architecture, best practices. We also do trainings. We do architecture review, landscape review. I mean, for a free assessment, I mean, please visit our website and get in touch with us. Our next webinar will be on impactful financial reporting using Microsoft Power BI. The speaker will be Jay Anantharaman, our co-founder. It is on the 5th of December. Please register for these webinars and benefit from them. Okay, so with that, we come to the end of this webinar. I will take a few questions if we have time. One question is planning possible in Analytics Designer? Yes. So SAP Analytics Cloud has a planning and predictive capability in SAP Stories. Similar planning capabilities are available in application design as well. I mean, there are several APIs and scripting capabilities that can leverage this planning capability of SAP Analytics Cloud, and this is possible in Analytics Designer. Yes. There is another interesting question: how is Smart Predict different from, say, an R program or an Azure machine learning? So Smart Predict. Okay, so if you are an R developer and you want to do a similar kind of prediction using R, then it's the responsibility of the developer to test the data, validate it against the data set, the fine tune his algorithm, make sure he uses the right algorithm. But Smart Predict as a tool, on click of a button, automates everything. It does everything behind the scenes, and it gives you the required output. So it is a very powerful tool, yet very capable enough and very simple to use. I think I'll take the remaining questions later offline. Thank you for joining me for this webinar. I hope I will meet you all again in another webinar, and hope this webinar was useful for you. Thank you and have a nice day.